Oh my god. Legends is back in the way it used to be with slightly better audio on my end, but still not very good
All right.
webcam. Oh, it's on. Hey Dylan.
Hello, Jeremy.
How
It's
long
been
is
uh I want to say it's pre-Paleolithic era since maybe longer than that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Neanderthals existed yet since when we started this
Oh,
podcast.
I think multicellular organisms had didn't exist.
Shit.
There
Okay.
was just jellyfish. That was it.
Oh my god, dude. It feels so good to be back. Oh, jeez. It has been an. I should explain because it's my end that's having difficulty here. So, as you all know, Legends officially made it to iTunes after several years of recording. We finally broke into iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
All
alright.
7 podcasts we filmed throughout 3 years.
It is 21, dude.
Wow, is that many?
Yeah, this is episode 21. You were on all of them. How do you not know there's that
They
many?
were like I'm pretty sure Chewbacca was still alive in the expanded universe the last time we filmed one of those.
God, last time we filmed one of those, Bantam didn't exist yet. Alright.
Anyway,
God, so we'll... Um, Google Hangouts changed for the worse. Well, actually, the layout when you finally get into Google Hangout is about the same as it's always been. Getting to it changed. In fact, I didn't think it existed anymore. So we did Legends 20 was done very poorly, where you spoke. Dylan spoke into his mic, and I didn't wear headphones. And on my MacBook, the audio picked up into the MacBook mic, and it led to a not very good sounding podcast. Well, we recorded Legends 21 already. It was a Last Jedi heavy spoiler podcast that Dylan's audio, because I couldn't get my capture to work, so we had a 14-second live stream with no video. And I don't even think we could hear Dylan on it. It was just me talking and being confused, which I left
right.
up because it was pretty funny.
Well, you were the only one of us who had actually seen the Last Jedi. I had only.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like, I was hoping we'd have more people on, but once again, that didn't happen. So it was just Dylan and me. Life got in the way as well. I didn't have time to just screw around with Google Plus and YouTube. I just happened to find it by accident today while I was procrastinating on finishing my government homework. Oh god.
I knew it existed
So
still
what's
because I watched a live stream a while ago of people playing a game uh, where they were assigning like stat values to dictators on the live stream. It was funny.
I knew it had to exist because Matt still uses it.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like well, let's be honest. 1 in 5 times I actually contact Matt do I get a response. You know the last time I talked to Matt, Dylan? My girlfriend and I had to call him on his cell phone.
Mm-hmm. He's like
And
that
it just
sometimes.
actually no, not it was because I was so behind on Saturday morning Samoflange that I listened to the episode where you talked a bunch of crap about me, Dylan. And like I had to pull over because I couldn't stop laughing. Like that legit happened, and so I immediately paused the podcast and I called Matt, and it had to. Well, it was probably a normal time in the morning for him, but for me it was like 7, and not even 7. It was probably like 6:30 in the morning. I called Matt, and he calls me back like that evening, and like I had Caitlin over, and we talked to him for like 2 hours, catching up. We even talked about Caitlin and I vacationing over there this summer, which I need to talk to him about. Matt, actually respond to me on Skype.
You know he doesn't watch these.
Yes, he does. It's like the only thing he watches besides my Tuesday treadmill talks.
And you don't do those anymore.
I did one this morning.
Did you? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, technically, I did it yesterday afternoon.
I have so many channels I subscribe to now. It just gets lost in my feed.
But anyway, oh god. So, I think we should talk about what's been happening with you briefly.
Like, what is the Twin Sons website? It's not letting me. You gotta be kidding me. Anyway, yeah, basically Twin Sons stuff, movement-wise. I'm still in all the groups I'm in. But it's mainly been Twin Sons because, you know, they're the only people that do anything anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, Reviewers is kind of sinking.
I know.
I'm not very happy about that. I like that group. It's the only one I admin at this point, and I don't even do that often anymore. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm lucky if I remember to put my Star Wars reviews in the Reviewers page.
There we go.
I posted. I did a Lando review of the Lando comic. I don't think that got posted in Reviewers. It was also in 4K.
I stopped doing my Armada reviews because I realized no one was rating them. I don't think no one played Armada.
I haven't read. That's what happened to them. I wondered.
More waves came. Waves came out. Like, I didn't particularly panic that they added where there's like each ship has upgrade slots. So there's like different there's different categories. But they did a thing where there's upgrade cards that have dual slots, so it takes up 2 of your upgrade categories. And it's supposed to be better than like each of the individual ones, but like when I was playing it, it's like, this is worse. Why would you give up both of these slots for this shitty upgrade when you can do one slot and another slot that can also get a good upgrade? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't play the board games right now. I don't have the money for that. I was telling Dylan in our admin chat that I'm selling my comics. It's a sad day for me. Oh my god. So I saw Last Jedi. I'll talk about this briefly. I actually saw Last Jedi twice now.
All right, I'm closing out of all of their tabs because Comcast has decided to be Comcast again. I've actually upgraded my router, so I no longer have a Comcast router. I have a timer, but I still have Comcast. My Comcast is going through a Time Warner cable router.
Yeah, I should probably get a new router. Nah, I'm not going to live here that much longer. Man. So Last Jedi was okay. It wasn't anything really special, except for it was especially long. Would I watch it again? Probably. I watched Force Awakens more than once. So, yeah. Last Jedi. I don't even know if it's in theaters anymore. I don't think it is. It's February.
It is. That one contract, they had to keep him in for like 6 weeks or something.
I don't remember.
I don't remember that being a thing, but there was a contract that they had to keep it playing for X amount of weeks, and it had to be in their largest auditoriums for that many weeks.
But that segues into Disney's next project. Solo, a Star Wars film. The trailer got released. It played at the Super Bowl, and then it got released online. And Dylan actually saw it.
Well, I saw it because I was watching the Super Bowl, and it just came on one of what happened in it because the bar was really loud, so I couldn't actually hear anything. I just saw.
Were you at Tilted Kilt?
I wasn't. I was at there's a pizza place that's closer to my apartment that I walked to.
Oh, I figured.
No.
Got fucking
There's a thing
Tilted
for that.
Kilt stories.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure Han Solo was around for like 2% of that ad.
Oh, yeah. I think they were hiding the fact that he doesn't look like Harrison Ford at all, but they tried to make him look like Harrison Ford.
The other guy looked like a pretty good young Lando. I'll give him that.
I don't know. I'm so picky about my Lando, you know? It was some interesting things. I think Maz, the orange, weird alien from Force Awakens that was really obnoxious, is in it. As well as Santa from the Star Wars ongoing Marvel comic.
People were also saying Tag and Bank were in it, but I didn't see them. I don't know where they're getting that from, but I saw that everywhere.
I have no idea. The trailer was like it was trying to rip off Guardians of the Galaxy. Only it was...
I actually heard people say it felt Rogue One-ish.
No, because Rogue One had a somber tone with it that this really didn't at all. This seemed like a goofy movie. What's her face from Game of Thrones is in it, and she can't act as usual.
Oh, you didn't see Terminator Genesis?
I have
That was-
seen it. I
that was-
Oh, I did. I watched last summer. I watched all of the Terminator movies, as well as the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which was a horrible mistake. But I'll be honest, Genesis was a lot better compared to the Sarah Connor Chronicles. You want to talk about bad acting and bad storytelling and just not caring about continuity whatsoever. You watch them Sarah Connor Chronicles. But Genesis is awful.
Yeah. I actually didn't
Salvation's
mind
pretty awful.
3 and 4.
3's meh. 2's pretty awesome, and 1's really excellent. Because I like synth. That's the only reason it gets a plus over 2.
No, 2 had the casualty counter that could go due to the nearest decimal point. These 0.0 per casualties. Like you can have 0.2 of a casualty.
This is true. God, I forgot that's in there. But yeah, Solo, a Star Wars film, is coming out in May because they want to get this out really quickly because of I guess the negativity behind Last Jedi.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of, because I think they expected everyone to love Last Jedi, and they paid a bunch of critics to like Last Jedi, and it got mixed reviews from audience.
Well, I thought the May thing was put into place. The May release was well before Last Jedi came out.
Well, I think they were going to wait till December for this. Like,
That was what I thought. I did not coming out in May until a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I didn't know until I watched the trailer. Because I really have not cared about this film. Although I will be honest, you know what the one thing this trailer did that was positive? Got me reading those A.C. Crispin Han Solo novels.
Oh yeah, they reprinted the Barnes & Noble hardcovers.
They did. And you know what? I almost bought it, except for I spent $80 getting the original Sci-Fi Book Club 3-in-1. It's one of those times where I did not win in the bidding war.
Right. If you would have just waited, you would have had them in hardcover for like $30.
Well, Dylan, this was when I was finishing my Bantam hardcover collection, so we're talking before Gen Con, I do believe. When we went to Gen Con, so this was like 2 years ago. Can you believe it's almost been 2 years?
I feel old.
Yeah. Can you believe that we're pushing almost 2 years of me being in one relationship?
Well, I've almost set a personal record from actually I did last morning I should say, of most consecutive years not in a relationship.
Oh my god, Dylan. Oh my god. And maybe my girlfriend will actually watch this, but I doubt it because whenever I make a Star Wars review, she's like, I don't get what's going on. She'll watch my Tuesday Treadmill Talks, though, so I'm happy. She
I know what
texted me this morning and said, good morning, I just watched your Tuesday Treadmill Talks, because I was a little bummed that she hadn't watched my videos in a while. And she's like, I like those. So I'm glad that I have like 3 people that like my Tuesday Treadmill Talks.
I don't.
I just have to date one of the people that likes it. You know.
You're well on your way to that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of viewing. Or
God, don't get me
4,000 minutes
about
of viewing.
This partnership bullshit. Well, why don't we just talk about it? Okay, so
here
I'm
we
not
go.
a partner on YouTube anymore, and neither is the Geeks Addict, and maybe Matt is. I'm not sure. Or is Django a partner anymore?
Well, Matt doesn't even care about a partnership. He doesn't want to monetize.
Matt has ad revenue, and Matt has ads on his videos.
Yeah, he said he doesn't. He's at the point where he's big enough that they just slap him on whether he likes it or not.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when they initially decided that everyone could be a partner, I thought it was a weird idea. When was this, Dylan? We had to still be in high school. I had to still be in high school when they decided that, because it was right around the time I created Stupid Chainsaw Productions, so we're pushing a few years. 4, 5 years ago? 5. I can't believe I've been on YouTube 8 years now? Making content with both my channels? 8 years?
Since 2010?
Yeah. My first video was in 2010. 8 years.
Matt's first video went viral.
It did. It's a gem.
By the way, if you're watching this and you have not seen Matt's first and second YouTube videos on his channel, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Watch like at least 20 of his first videos. I mean, a good half of them are pretty much nothing.
Right.
But some of the other half's just completely bizarre.
The bad lips, not
the
bad
lip
lipstick.
sync videos. I was just thinking
With his
about
brother.
those.
Those are great.
And his sister. Oh my god. Oh, there was this time when Matt and I first became friends where we just watched each other's videos, like in a Skype call. Like he watched from like the early J-May videos up until like my point at that time. He watched every single video while doing inventory at work.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That was like at that time that was like 5 years of content. Damn. Oh. We need to get back on track though with Star Wars.
I know what I can show the viewers. Something I got over the holiday. Hold on.
Oh god. It better not be his penis. Although, I don't know. Maybe that will double views. Maybe we actually get 4 views. If Dylan pulled out his penis and showed everyone. I'd also probably get another flag. Oh, yeah! So,
I got them.
for the viewers who don't know what those are, Dylan, these are the, what are they, the Brazilian?
Yeah. These are the
covers of the Thrawn trilogy? Man, they're gorgeous. Dylan doesn't even speak Portuguese, but he bought them.
My great-grandmother spoke Portuguese, but she passed away about 4 years ago. Last person in the family.
Oh, God. I love those covers. I
know.
Dave Filoni on those covers.
And there's a lot of great ones. There's the Kenobi one that they did a cover for the
I don't
Kenobi.
think I've ever seen Kenobi's cover. I've
Uh,
seen the A New Dawn cover's really nice.
yeah,
Was it Heir to the Jedi? I think it's pretty nice too.
mhm.
Shadows of the Empire I don't care for so much. I'm still a fan of the Bantam cover. Like, even though that was a little
Zizor
goofy.
does not look appeasing.
The what?
Zizor, like I don't get what it is about like in the universe about
Felines?
Felines. Yeah, maybe it's the pheromones, but they do not look like attractive to me.
No.
Ugly.
No. It doesn't help that, like, the comic book adaptations, like, they never looked that good. Like, the Shadows of the Empire comic adaptation is very 90s art. Like, it hurts. Like, nothing really looks that good. Evolutions, there was a female Feline, and it was weird. Just looked like Caesar with boobs. Not my kink. I don't mean to kink
Remember,
shame. We don't kink shame.
remember there was one in late late in the post, but she died. Rip her.
What, you mean there's
can't
a
remember.
character that they created so it could die in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
There was so the backstory is there was a group of kids that were part of like the quote unquote unit. They were like the kids that were younglings during the Vong War, so they set up the whole Vong War and like became knights after that.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
like
right.
and then half of them are dead. Don't get too attached to them.
Oh my god, characters from New Jedi Order that died? Oh,
Well, they were-
what?
I think with the
Spoilers?
exception of the Horns and Ben, like none of them had been named. They got named afterwards. Like yeah, they were like those kids they always talked about during the Vong War that were in shelter on the mall. Yeah, those are these kids. They're great. Oh, half of them are dead. Just by the way.
I mean, that's better than Invasion, where you had characters that claimed they had been there the entire time, but had never been talked about ever, and they were the
I'm like
protagonists.
thumbing through Union, like, huh? Okay, here. Yep, I don't see any of these people here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's like the worst part of Invasion, is the fact that they weren't in Union. The only redeeming part of Union, because
There
like,
was
Thomas-
one of
Was-
the first or second issue Luke that died. He was in Union. I found him.
Okay. But, like, Union, it's only good if you read everything in the Bantam era, and then you read it.
Right.
Like, it's a love letter to them. But if you didn't read all of that, you don't know who half the characters are. You don't know what's
Even if
going
you had read them, they don't do a good job of different. Like the different alien characters, you can tell because like they're aliens. But there are a lot of like in the bachelor party and bachelorette party scenes when it's all the humans together. It's like okay, that's definitely Luke. And I know the names of the other 6 characters. I just don't know who the hell is who.
Corrin was there.
Yeah, Cord was there. Gavin was there. Wedge is there. I'm just like, okay, who is
Is
who?
Wes
I
there?
can't tell.
I
think Wes was there.
And Tycho's there.
Yeah, Tycho.
Yeah.
Basically, all the who's who of Rogue Squadron were there.
Well, no, I call it Gen 1 Rogue Squadron. Well, no, Gen 1 Rogue Squadron's what's in Brian Wood's garbage run of Star Wars.
The main 4, and then it became the main 4, and then it became the main 6 when Corrin and Gavin were added.
Oh, yeah. God. But, Dylan, let's segue into what you're reading right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm reading Knight Errant, and
What's the
man.
deal with you and Geeks Addict reading that at the same time? Were you just trying to console one another? But neither of you read the comic.
Because who cares about the
Oh my god. I guess that's how he felt about the comic. Oh god. So, I guess I'm alone right now for this podcast. Well, let's try to get some contact with Dylan on Facebook here. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't. This may get edited out of the. No, it won't. When I release it on iTunes, he messages me, "Damn Comcast." But, I'm reading a whole lot of books right now. God, I can't even find the window of. Okay, I'm reading a whole lot of books right now. Got The Paradise Snare, which is the first Han Solo book by A.C. Crispin. I got Dave Filoni's Clone Wars, the novel adaptation by Karen Traviss, which is also a really solid book. Oh God, I'm getting more messages. He's trying to join. I'm reading the Phantom Menace novel adaptation by Terry Brooks. I talk about a lot of this on Tuesday Treadmill Talks that came out today. Watch it if you haven't. It's actually a pretty good one. Now I get to reiterate myself once Dylan connects. Dylan. Anyway, but so I got that.
Oh. There we go.
I'm also reading The Mandalorian Armor, which is the first novel of the Bounty Hunter Wars trilogy. And I'm going to start my reread of Darth Bane Path of Destruction, because my goal for early this year, as I'm going to listen to the audiobooks of the Darth Bane trilogy, just because I need something to listen to at work. And it's about time that I finish that trilogy off. I also want to get through all the Dave Filoni Clone Wars material. Oh, that's something we can talk about. I'm watching Rebels right now. I finished Season 2 a little while ago. I haven't had time to watch Season 3 since school started again. But I'm actually liking it more than the Clone Wars. I don't hate it. There's times I don't like it. There's times when it references the Clone Wars that I really don't like it at all. And then there's times where stuff is just really strange, and I'm like, well, that wouldn't have happened if George was in charge.
It was probably ordained by George.
The Rebels?
Knowing Filoni. Yeah.
Well,
he always said, like...
Filoni, Filoni created Star Wars and gave George the rights to it.
Mm-hmm, obviously.
Fucking joke. But, so what are you reading?
What do you think he keeps in his cowboy hat?
Probably blackmail tapes of all the executives at Disney.
I'm reading Knight Errant. And Google obviously didn't...
Weird things about Kathleen Kennedy's nightlife.
Oh, dear.
Or Bob Iger does in that Darth Vader suit. Let's be honest. That's how Dave Filoni has a job,
Vader suit.
I'll be here all night.
Anyway.
So you're
I've
reading
actually...
Knight Errant without reading the comics of Knight Errant.
Well, it's... From what I can tell, it's like none of it matters, because like... Maybe the EU is naturally like self-referential and well, it's self-referential and at the same time being separate contained stories. Mm-hmm. And like there is some backstory for her, but I'm not lost. Like on Kara Holt, I'm like, okay, well, she's in Sith space, and now there's two Sith that are fighting each other, and she can't get back. Okay. But now there's kids involved, and I'm like kind of invested to see what happens to the kids. I'm more invested in what happens to the no-name kids than I am with the protagonist.
Yeah, that's the theme with Knight Errant, from what I've researched, is the side characters are more compelling than Kara Holt herself. Kara Holt's really, really dull, and it's been there, done that. But Knight Errant, as an idea, is not bad. It's just the execution's bad. It's probably the worst thing John Jackson Miller's written.
It's like, I hate to say it, but she's just generic Jedi.
Yeah. The NPC you really don't care about. Oh, God. You know what this means, Dylan. We're going to have to read the comments. The questions.
Oh, the questions? Yeah. No, we're going to have to incur the wrath of the Kira Holt fans, because they're out there. I've met them.
Really? I don't
Yes.
think that exists. I think that's a lie.
No, they're out there. The problem is they're so small that they've developed their own mini cults. And like and like there's whenever someone talks bad about Kira Holt, their spidey sense goes off and all three of them just get together with their 12 bot accounts.
Jar Jar fans I met. Did I tell you that I've officially met people who say that Jar Jar Binks is their favorite character of Star Wars, unironically? I'm serious. I worked with them. Worked with two of them. We got a Jar Jar mask donated to the store, and we've put it on a minion, and we just have it in the back. It's beautiful.
Play kickball with it.
I shouldn't I? But it's like it's actually, the mask is collectible, believe it or not, because it's from the Phantom Menace. So it's technically vintage at this point. Actually, in another year, I think is the Phantom Menace 20 years old? Or is
99.
Next year?
Next year.
Next year it'll be vintage. We should do a podcast on where we were in 1999. Were we 2? 3?
4.
4? Okay, we were the same.
Get it right. I could walk. I could count to 7.
Why 7? All right, let's get to the questions, Dylan.
Were there any questions?
Where are the questions, Dylan? This is usually your job. Oh my
No,
God.
I said, were there any questions?
Yes, there were. There's like a 20-part question that we
Was
have
it by
to
Dark Snovia?
re-answer. No, it's not from Dark Snovia. He has one though. Oh, Dark Snovia, I loved the rant earlier today. I don't know if that was released today, but
Dark Snovia, I literally have I probably have close to 50 channels I'm subscribed to, and somehow you make up every day you have 3 new videos that's on my subscriber feed. I don't know what that man does for a living. Than
Here's
make
Black
videos.
Hole 777 Black Hole 1 asks, have you showed your new girlfriend the EU? Yes, I have.
She cringed when she first saw the shelf. I'm told she cringed when she first saw the shelf.
Who told you that?
You did.
Did she? I don't remember this, but I'm not surprised. I think she was mortified. But I think most girls are when they see it. I still had that many girlfriends, though. It wasn't discouraging.
You got to sprinkle some other books in there, so you're just like, yeah, here's my bookshelf.
Well, yeah, that's what the other one's for. It has more EU on there. The Star Wars shelf, Dylan, I want you to take a look at it. There are almost nearly no more comics on there. I ran out of room and I had to start putting them in long boxes. All of my Star Wars trades that are the graphic novels, no, not if they're paperback. You got a few hardcover ones up there, but it's all novels. In fact, this one's actually like new canon stuff is bleeding into that. And then I have a shelf over there that has all my book club sized hardcovers.
What's the next adult novel coming out in new canon?
The Last Jedi adaptation.
After that is
Thrawn Alliances by Timothy Zahn.
so there's another trilogy then?
What? I don't know. Thrawn was kind of one and done. Book.
So there's just
you can go places with it. There's still stories to tell from the Thrawn book to when he shows up in Rebels Season 3.
I mean, they got rid of his entire Legends backstory, so They have to
Not
remake it.
entirely.
Yeah, unfortunately.
They kept a little bit of Outbound Flight in there. Just a hair of Outbound Flight is still there. You know. Well, that's what Thrawn was. It was the replacement to Outbound Flight. I'm trying to think. What other Zon books had Thrawn in it? Allegiance and Choices of One do, don't they?
I think those were Mara Jade.
But isn't Thrawn show up in them?
He probably show
Usually.
he probably makes a cameo, but I don't usually count that.
Because, like, in the EU, he's not Grand Admiral when he is in the new canon. He's Captain Thrawn. Because in Dark Forces, he's in there and he's Captain Thrawn.
Yeah, he becomes an admiral around the time of Rebellion, and like right around Endor is when he actually becomes the Grand Admiral. It's actually like the guy who was Grand Admiral before him died around the time of the Battle of Endor, and then he became the Grand Master, the Grand Admiral, and that's why the New Republic didn't know about him, is because they thought that the one Grand Admiral died, and they never replaced him, and then the other Grand Admiral 11 they had accounted for. When really, that one that died, he had been replaced, but the New Republic didn't know about that.
Okay. All right, we need to find Legends episode 20, the original release of it.
The original release.
Was it in 2017?
Oh my God. I doubt it.
Oh my God. It could be end of 2016. I can't tell.
Ideals meal.
Well, why don't we go to the playlist of Legends podcasts? Maybe
Still me update it.
it's good to weed when you're angry at someone.
Oh my God. It's been forever since I heard that. Anyway, while you're looking that up, time for my shilling. So, I got to shill Twin Sons, okay? So, did you know that we at Twin Sons Foundation have just launched our next fundraiser? Just like last time, we'll be taking Legends books to a children's hospital this time, Children's Hospital of Phoenix.
Nice.
We'll be going there in May, bringing hopefully around 100 Legends books. You can, if you want to help out, you can go to twin-sons.net/donate or just twin-sons.net and click on the donate button. And yeah, help us get some books. Only cost around $10 a book. Every $10 you donate is one book. And yeah, it'll be going from now till the 1st of April. So yeah, go do that.
Okay. All right.
Shilling ended.
I found the questions, and they're all from... It's two people asked... Oh, God. Dark Snovia numbered them.
He always numbers them.
5, but we've got like 6 from Jedi Acolyte 22.
I know Jedi Acolyte.
Question number 1 from Jedi Acolyte 22. If Disney made a Legends story group, who would you want as a part of it? Matt Wilkins. Joe Bongiorno.
No, Joe mixes cannons.
Oh my goodness. Me. Dylan. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Dylan?
So my list, who would I want? I want Timothy Moore. I'd want Megan Marie Johnson. I'd want the real John Sadler.
You are the real John Sadler.
I'd also want Chuck Wendig on there. Who else?
Let's see. You got Chuck Wendig already? How about Kevin Hearn, who did not Hard,
Nah,
Return of
not
the
him.
Jedi?
Oh, definitely, I'd have Filoni on there.
Filoni. Oh
Filoni,
yeah.
Filoni is a lock.
Oh yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's, let's see. Let's name off some. Tim Levin. That'd be a good one.
Ooh, who
Karen
wrote the Invasion?
Traviss. Might as well.
Who
She's
wrote
a
the
team
Invasion
player.
comics?
Karen Traviss, Dave Filoni. What a good combo. 10 out of 10.
Oh, that's right. You know who we could have? We'll bring back Tom Veach.
Oh yeah. Give him a settlement. He'll come back.
He can write Lightsider.
Yeah. Oh god.
There's going to be like 6 people who get that reference.
Yeah. And mainly people I told of what Lightsider was.
I'm amazed at how many people don't know these things. It's like, I mentioned Karen Traviss and Tom Veach in the same sentence. People are like, who's Tom Veach? And like, how do you not know who Tom Veach is?
Oh, we got to have Margaret Weiss in there. She had such a good experience writing for Lucasfilm.
Oh my gosh. You know who we're missing? Vondon McIntyre.
Oh, yeah. Waru for president. 2020.
All right, what's the next question?
Let's see. Question 2. God, I can't see. Do you think authors like Barbara Hambly, William C. Ditz, and Vonda McIntyre should get the option to do more Star Wars stories in the Legends timeline? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I think William C. Ditz, because Escape from Dagu should be released.
Yeah, that's the only caveat I'd add. Barbara Hambly should not write Star Wars again. Same with Vonda.
Okay.
Barbara Hambly had two shots at it, and she, yeah.
Well, people like Children of the Jedi.
Matt likes Children of the Jedi.
That's true.
Matt is the only
think
person I can
anyone
find
else
who
likes Children of the Jedi. I've never read it.
And the reason I think Matt, the only people who like Children of the Jedi
Or what?
are Callista shippers.
Oh, fucking Callista.
That's my theory. Because it can't be a coincidence that every single person I found that likes Children of the Jedi is a Callista shipper.
Let's see here. Let's go about the next question. What is one author who has never written for Star Wars that you would want to write for it? Matt. I think Matt would be a good choice. I'd like to see Margaret Weiss take another shot at it. She won't. I asked her at Gen Con. She said no. But, okay, my favorite, I have to admit that my favorite name drop I've ever heard is Margaret Weiss was just talking to me, and she was telling me about her bad experience at Gen Con, which we've talked about on the podcast before. And she's like, yeah, although my friend has written for Star Wars for decades, and he seems to get along with them just fine. My friend Troy Denning. And I'm like, oh my god. But, oh god, Star writers...
Write for Star Wars or dead?
Who?
How do I even... If I had to pick one... I'd love to see... You'd have to have like a year-long history lesson on everything that happened and how technology works now. But Sun Tzu writing a Star Wars novel would be amazing.
All right, next question. We gotta pile through these. We don't have a whole lot of time. Oh god, this one took us forever. What Star Wars characters do you think need to have standalone novels? I think Ram Koda, Street, Bush, Lord Hoth, and the Skywalker boys, Nat and Cole.
every Sith Lord from Zana to Plagueis,
Yeah, I think that's what we said when we did this originally. Um, needs a
and pretty
standalone.
much everyone
Kip
you
Durr,
just
maybe.
mentioned.
That'd be interesting. Um, well, I guess Boba Fett had a trilogy technically.
Yeah.
Um,
When Dorvin needs a novel.
I think
You have no clue who that is.
I think Waru needs another novel. Let's be honest.
Just laugh their ass off right now.
Your internet is being terrible today, Dylan. I can't hear half of what you say.
Well, it's because I went frozen again.
Yeah.
Like always, this podcast sponsored by Comcast.
Yeah. It's better than dial-up.
Only slightly.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
Okay, next question. How does the EU movement plan on improving itself and expanding? This is a
With
question
twin
for
sons?
you, Dylan.
Look. Well, there's only that the Star Wars publisher in France is no longer going to publish the Legends titles in France. We've also had similar reports that the UK is going that way as well. We don't have any others. Like, it's going great. For some reason, it's doing extremely well in Brazil and Central and Eastern Europe. Mm-hmm. But elsewhere, it's coming off. So
one of the things that we spread the word more. I think people like me have slacked off a bit with it, and we just need to double our efforts.
Get more people involved in it, because that's what we're trying to do with Twin Sons. Is the reason we're giving away books is because we all know how much of a rabbit hole this universe is. You just give someone one book and they're hooked.
Yeah,
and
we need people. I was just watching a YouTuber the other day, like a big YouTuber, like a medium-sized YouTuber, General Lots. He does a lot of video game reviews, and he was really into the 90s Star Wars games like Dark Forces. And he read a lot of the expanded universe. And I think that we need to reach out to him. So viewers who are watching this, let's just spam General Lots with invites to the Legends podcast. You know,
he's gonna look at your sub count and be like, "No."
That's a possibility. Fair enough. Fair enough. We also just need to be more polite. There's a lot of bullshit that still goes around. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be, but we just need to be more polite. That's about it.
Yep.
All right. We need to move to Dark Snovia's novel. All right. Question 1. What do you think of Zack Snyder having an interest in doing a Yoda solo movie? I think it was a hoax. We haven't heard anything since then on that. I forgot that was what?
Yeah, especially since we've gotten confirmation on the Kenobi movie, which apparently, have you heard this? They're not even going to do a soundtrack for it.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Disney just made a deal. Red Hot going to play their song "Higher Ground" the entire time.
Oh my god, that was a slow burn joke. Oh my fucking god. Oh no. God damn it.
I mean, it's so. Anyway.
Alright. Question 2. Who's your favorite Jedi and Sith character?
Kate Skywalker, Nula Kildroma.
Could you call Nula Kildroma a Sith?
He was a Sith for a time.
For a time?
He was a Sith for an afternoon.
when he got a bunch of Mandalorians together for galactic domination for some reason.
Right, and then had Sever Force used on him.
Oh God, yeah, probably best, and took on the Dark Reaper project and never, except for in a game. That's secondary.
Right,
canon.
he somehow did that after he had Sever Force done on him, and still managed
Is
to
it
teach the
after?
Jedi
I
how to
thought
do
it was
that.
Before.
No, it was after.
God, I don't know. That game was so bad.
I liked it. Cameo. I didn't like
Ground
the
battle when you're on foot.
Okay, that's fair.
It's up there with Rebel Assault, the Rogue Squadron 3, where the ground missions are awful.
I mean, believe it or not, here the ground combat in that game when you are on foot is actually worse than when you're a Force user in Battlefront 2, the new one.
That's actually not that bad. It's not good. I'd rather have original Battlefront 2 when you run super fast and you can do that body slam move. It just kills everything.
I used to play Kashyyyk, and I would get Yoda, and I would just walk, and I just go into the shallows and play sing.
All right, my favorite Jedi character. Oh,
Comcast again.
Not Etain.
All right, what's the next question?
I don't know. Fuck. Too much pressure. What do you think happened to Jar Jar Binks after the events of Revenge of the Sith in the expanded universe? Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Next question.
What probably happened is he probably became Senator of Naboo after Padme, and then Palpatine just used him for more of his manipulations to get bills passed. Even though he didn't really need to do that, but he did that to maintain the illusion that the Senate was actually doing anything.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Do we have question 4? What era in the expanded universe feels more cluttered, the Clone Wars or Rebellion era? I have to go with Clone Wars because Clone Wars is such a mess because of continuity problems.
Yeah.
Rebellion's a mess too, but Rebellion's a hair easier to follow. It would be even if Dave Filoni's Clone Wars didn't exist and the spin-offs of it didn't exist and we didn't have this dual canon nonsense going on with it. Yeah. What do you think, Dylan?
That's probably about right.
What do you think a Star Wars series would be like if it was written by George R.R. Martin, the author of the Game of Thrones series?
I mean, it would be New Jedi Order with more nudity.
And incest.
Right.
Yep. That's about it. That's all our questions.
Wow.
Yeah, we got done in a semi-timely manner.
So leave your questions, and we'll be sure to answer them by 2019.
No, 2030, let's be honest. Blade Runner 2049, yeah. All right. Dylan, it was good.
But then YouTube will have been taken out.
Yeah. Everything will be switched over to BoobTube or something. I don't know.
No, what's it? Amazon will probably try to make a clone, and then it won't go well.
TubeU? That'll be the next website. TubeU.
FaceTube.
FaceTube. Ah, there we go. All right. We'll see you all later.
Yep.